Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video I will give you a complete farming guide for the GUDAGUDA Final Honnoji Rerun 2022. If we keep following the JP schedule, the event should start by the end of April. For those of you that are new to the channel, I will as usual divide this video in 3 parts. First of all, a quick event overview covering the event currencies, gacha CEs, event bonus servants, the welfare Kagetora, command codes, summoning campaign and rank up. In the second part I will instead focus on the practical farming side of the event, describing the 4 types of quests you can find in this event and giving you a general strategy on how to approach them in order to clear this event as fast and efficiently as possible. In the third and final part I will give you the actual farming composition available for the 4 best free quest nodes. I have formulated 3 turns farming composition for all the Buster, Quick, Arts and free-to-player DPS which you can see on the screen right now. Basically every DPS available for each farming node. I have divided them in Buster, Quick, Arts and free-to-player setups, ranked them from best to worst, and listed to you in this exact order for each free quest. Before we start with the event guide, as always, if you have suggestions for future guides, please let me know your ideas in the comment section below. And of course, if you like this kind of content, please let me know in some way, leaving a like or subscribing to the channel. This GUDAGUDA 4 rerun event features a new quest currency production system and a territory occupation, along with the usual event shop. There are 3 event shop currencies to farm, whose drop rates can be boosted by the event bonus gacha CEs. There are also 3 quest currencies which are required to run certain main quests and territory control quests, aka suppression quests. These are not dropped in quests but are instead automatically accumulated each time a free quest or territory control quest is cleared. The rate of production for these is based on how many main and territory control quests have been cleared so far, and stays fixed. I will give you a more practical guide on how to approach this quest in the second part of this video. For now, let's move on with the event Limited CEs. Almost all of them will be useful for farming, aside giving drop bonus of course. The 5-star gacha CE having a starting MP charge will be useful for all types of setups, Buster, Arts and Quick. The 4 stars one, God of War, will be useful for Arts looping setups. And finally, the event damage bonus CE will also be useful for looping setups for both the DPS or Paracelsius, to make him able to clear room 1 with MP only. You can only get 4 copies from the event shop for this CE, but if you have played the original event or you are lucky and you get a quest drop, you can safely max limit break this CE for extra damage. In fact, Paracelsius will need a max limit broken copy in order to clear room 1 with MP only. Moving on with the event bonus servants, the DPS among them that will be useful for farming the best free quests available are Maonobu, Chacha, Okita Altar, Lartoria Altar and Medusa. They will be featured in my farming composition in the last part of this guide. For all the other bonus servants on the screen, remember to put them in your back slot while farming to make the most out of their bond bonus for this event. Speaking of event bonus servants, you'll need to clear main quests through the epilogue to officially add Welfare Kagetora to your roster. Additional copies to reach MP5 can be obtained by completing part 2 main quests. Similarly, you can obtain his special ascension materials by completing the territory control quests. From these last ones you can also get his Traveler's Hood Spiriton Dress, or at least the key to unlock his Spiriton Dress in the Da Vinci shop. For new and casual players, I want to point out that Kagetora is the only Arts single target Lancer aside Li Shuen. and in my opinion, from his skills and his status of welfare servant, he is way better than him. Basically at everything aside 1 turn burst damage, at which is not bad either, by the way. We'll need to wait at least 1 year to get Melusin as a single target Arts Lancer. What I'm trying to emphasize is that you should really get your own Kagetora, since single target Arts Lancer are a rarity even in the JP version of the game. And he, or I should say she in the Fate lore, is also a very good and solid servant. Moving on to the limited command codes, if you haven't played the original run of this event, you can get 3 new ones by completing the territory control quest shown on the screen right now. In particular, the illusionary command seal is very good for servants with a single arts card in their deck, which has very good generation numbers. For example, Enkidu, First Sun, Ereshkigal, and so on. Regarding the summoning campaign, it is hard to recommend summoning right now with Castoria so close, but if you are a fan of Nobu, this banner is definitely a blessing for you. This banner also features Mori Nagayoshi as a limited 3-star berserker, but unfortunately I don't think he is worth the role. He is neither Izo nor Asclepius, especially in the time frame of this event when everyone should be saving for Castoria. For this rerun we also get 3 new strengthening quests. Berserker Nobu will now apply Burning Field with her MP, while Avenger Nobu will get special damage against Heaven attribute enemies while in a Burning Field. Okita Alter will instead get an extra attack buff for 3 times 3 turns, which helps both her consistency and her damage. To conclude this overview of the event, the players who have completed this event 2 years ago will now get a lore for finishing the main quest, a rare prism for the 5-star command code and for each extra copy of Kagetora, and finally some regular mana prism for the 4-star and 3-star command code. Let's now move on with the second part of this video, in which I will give you a more practical guide for farming this event. Before giving you the general strategy on how to progress in this event, let's go over quickly the different type of quests you can find in this event. Main quests this time around may require quest currency to attempt instead of AP, and also the completion of some territory control quests. Certain main quests will also boost quest currency production. And speaking of this, free quests are a way to farm both shop currency as well as quest currency. Quest currency is earned at the current production rate after each time a free quest is run. To improve production, main quest and territory control quests must be completed. Every free quest except for the final one will be accessible before the time gate, as progress is made through the main quest. However, the final free quest also has the best drop rates, so it's best to hold off on farming in earnest until it unlocks, when the epilogue unlocks about a week into the event. Aside main and free quest, there are also 2 other types of quests in this event. Territory control quests can be cleared 1 time each and will improve quest currency production. They will unlock based on main quest progress. Hiring quests will add a new usable NPC support to the available list after completion. Do note that some NPCs will automatically join with main quest completion. Some territory control quests have stage gimmicks or enemies with effects that are difficult to deal with if the recommended NPC is unavailable. So, completing hiring quest to gather as many support NPC as possible will make the suppression quests easier. These hiring quests will unlock with main quest and territory control quest completion. Given what we have seen so far, here is the general strategy for this event. First of all, you should complete all main and territory control quests as soon as they are available. This is in order to increase quest currency production and unlock new quests. Then you should farm the latest free quests in order to produce quest currency necessary for the next main or territory control quest. When choosing which free quest to farm, try to farm all shop currency evenly. Don't focus only on one. That's because to maximize AP efficiency you want to farm the last free quest of the event, which is a mixed node. You should also complete hiring quests in order to get the recommended NPC support for some territory control quests. That will make them way more easy to complete. Repeat the previous steps until clearing all main, control and hiring quests. Then you can focus on farming the final mixed free quest for shop currencies, or the other 3 best free quests for single currency, which you'll definitely need to farm since the final node only unlocks after the epilogue 1 week after the event has started. At this point you can use Apple to clear the event shop if necessary. Before we dive in the more mathematical side of farming, you can see on the screen right now a nice infographic which summarizes everything we have said so far. This was made for the original event, but there are no changes for their rerun. In particular, you should take a look at the special supports available by completing the hiring quests. Aside from that, you can check which materials you can get by completing the event quests from the event shop and from farming free quests. As always, remember that the drop rates for the event free quests are lower compared to the existing free quests from Lost Belts and Singularities, so the material drops are more of an added bonus when farming for the event currency. Now into the mathematical side of things. Should you farm one of the 3 best single currency nodes or the final mixed node? Which one is the most AP efficient for you? First I will give you the complete and accurate answer, and then a more fast and simple one that should cover the practical situation for the majority of you watching this video. Let's call X the single drop bonus which you can use while farming one of the best single currency nodes. You just need to count the number of CE you can use in your farming composition. Remember to include even the CE from support and count maximum broken CE as 2. Similarly, let's call Y the mixed drop bonus that you can use while farming the final mixed node. Again, you just need to count the event C that gives you a drop bonus that you can use in your farming composition. At this point, you multiply by 8 the single drop bonus and then divide by 5. You subtract 3 from the result, and if the number you end up is lower than the mixed drop bonus, the mixed node is better than the single node AP-wise. This method is equivalent to plotting the point of coordinates x and y in the plane shown on the screen. Just move from 0 from the origin to the right horizontally as much as the single drop bonus, and then move vertically upwards as much as the mixed drop bonus. If the point you reach is in the blue region above the blue line, the mixed node is more efficient for you AP-wise than the single node. By the way, if you are exactly on the blue line, that means that the event currency dropped is equal for both nodes. However, in this situation I still think the mixed node is better because it gives your servants more bond points. Now for the more practical criteria, applicable for all veteran players that can afford 3 turns farming setups for all the best free quests of the event. More precisely, we are assuming that you can use all the CEs for the single node, even for the mixed node, so that Y is at least X. This probably won't be the case for new player, lacking for example a specific support or DPS required to farm the free quests we are talking about. But if instead you can do it, then you just need to check your single drop bonus. If it's at most 5, then the mixed node is better. You'll need a single drop bonus higher than 5 in order to justify farming the single node. This is of course only possible if you have pulled at least 3 copies of the event CE required for that specific single node. So if you haven't rolled the gacha 2 years ago and you don't plan on rolling for this banner either, then you surely don't have those CEs, so you can safely farm the mixed node. One more thing, you should obviously apply this rule only until you have 3 different currencies that you need to clear the shop. Once you have reached the required number of a certain currency to clear the shop, then it's more efficient to leave the mixed node and focus on the 2 remaining single currency nodes. Finally, and this is just for fun, since in practice it really won't change things, if you want to be precise and take into account the secondary drop bonus, that means counting the number of C you can use that boost the drop rates of the secondary currency for that specific node, then the mathematical rule will change as you can see on the screen, with a new terms to add at the end. Again, this in practice won't change the results, since the drop rate for the secondary currency is way lower than the main currency. We can now move on to the last part of this video, covering all the possible farming composition to farm these 4 best free quest nodes. As always, I will put here some important farming tips, as well as the assumption I've used in my calculation. So if you have some doubts regarding some of the following farming setups, you should check this page, and if that is not enough, feel free to ask in the comment section below. As I previously said, I will present the setups in order: first quick, then arts, then buster, and finally free-to-player setups. I will do this for all the 4 best farming nodes, and for each card type I will rank the different setups and list you in order from best to worst. If you want the specifics about how I rank them, you can check this page on the screen right now. That's all for this video, guys. I will now leave you to the farming compositions, and as always, if you find this type of content useful, please let me know in some way, leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing to the channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.